Hi, welcome back. This is a part 6 of microservices, and till now we have completed few topics like architecture of microservices, why we are using this, Eureka Discovery Service, how can we use that, and same goes for Spring Cloud Gateway, Load Balancer, communication, and we have completed communications in between microservices with the help of REST template. That was our previous video, right? Yeah, so if you haven't watched that, just go to my channel. You will find that playlist here. I have attached all these video related to that from part 1 to part 5. Okay, got it. Now without waste time, let me tell you the agenda of this video. This video is completely related to the Histric. Okay, how we gonna work with Histric and how the Histric use like Fiend client and how that Fiend client help Histric to achieve particular task. Okay, so let me make you understand first what is Histric is and why we are using that, right? So now you will understand easily because we have completed a communication. Okay, so let's see. Just read this as usual what we are doing in videos, right? If you not understand that, we will see in each and every topic in depth in like when this videos end, you will not have any doubt. Then still you have any doubt, just comment down, happy to answer. Okay, in microservices architecture, it is common that microservices communication each other by sending HTTP request. We have seen that, right? I explained like 2-3 times also, like how the communication happens in microservices, like over a network protocol, and like network protocol not sufficient, we need an application protocol for HTTP protocol, and it happens like HTTP over network, right? Yeah, and we know that HTTP request can fail. Yeah, of course, one microservice is sending a request to another microservice, it can fail. It varies to the reason to reason, like whatever the reason it can fail, right? And it can fail for the different reason, like destination microservice, like I am requesting to the one microservice and it's not working, so destination microservice it's down by any reason. We don't know the reason, we are just telling that it's not working or could not respond. Yeah, same thing, right? It's not working and it's not response, the same thing happened, right? So our HTTP request turn out of time. Yeah, actually, like one microservice is sending a request to another microservice, and it's waiting for like a couple of time, some minutes, and if the response will not come, it will throw error or exception, right? Now we will learn how we can make this communication fault tolerance. Okay, and we will learn like how Fiend client with Histric circuit breaker. Actually Histric is a certificate, I will let you know, just read it once. Circuit breaker to use fallback method to prevent failure when destination microservice. By reading this whole paragraph, if you not get anything, not a problem. Okay, we'll park this aside. This is just for your make you understand, and I will give you this document, okay, for preparing for interview something. Okay, so let me take you to the slide and we will understand in detail what is this fault tolerance and what is this circuit breaker, each and everything. So we have completed in yesterday's videos or previous video, that is communication, right? And in communication what we have completed, that HTTP component, it is a like synchronous call, right? With the help of REST template. And I haven't tell this in previous video, that asynchronous communication we can do over AMPQ, and AMPQ stand for Advanced Message Queuing Protocol. That's all for like particular this, and we will took up this after a couple of videos, but for now we will park this. Okay, so let me erase this. Come now, what we gonna do in this video, that is Histric. Yeah, just check this definition. Okay, we will see in detail in next slide. So Histric is a library that control interaction between a microservices to provide a latency and fault tolerance. Yeah, this is a, you can say you can took up this with the help like for definition purpose. Okay, yeah, let me raise why I'm marking this cross, no cross. Yeah, for fault tolerance. And what is a Fiend client here? It is a declarative web client helping to sending a HTTP request, and it also supports client-side load balancing. If we are using this Fiend client, we need not to worry about the client-side load balancing. Spring Boot take care of that. Now the actual thing what we are waiting for, that is Histric, right? Histric and like fiend client, how they are work together to achieve our task and how they makes that application fault tolerance. So let's come to the slide and we will understand that. Okay, so let me park this here so it will not disturb us again and again. So if you think you have this microservice, okay, which we are using from day one, that is user microservice, okay, and inside user microservice we have this method get wish method. Okay, this architecture is pretty similar to our what we are following for day one. This thing is new for us, so I will make you understand, just wait. Okay, if you're not familiar, let me show you the code. This is a user microservice and we have this get wish method, right? And inside get wish method we are using this flash template object and getting a call and making a call, and what we are doing, we are consuming the result which coming from this particular API or microservice, right? In result we are taking that in result and we are printing with hello. Got it? So come back here, this particular microservice, user microservice, trying to contact or making a connection or firing a request, anything to come what you want to, making a request to your account management microservice. Okay, yeah, just make a little focus here, okay, because it's pretty important to understand Histric and fiend client. So it use a fiend client to make a request to the account management microservice. Understand? Now see one thing, let's suppose something happened and this your microservice is not working, like it's fall down, okay, and it's not working, so the response will not come, right, or any error will came. So what this microservice will do, it also throw a exception after some certain time, it will wait or throw exception because response is not coming, obviously, right? Now what we have to do here, suppose now this is not working and it also, this account management microservice also waiting for another microservice, like I have given a name here ABC for sake of understanding. Okay, so take it, it is another third microservice, that account microservice is waiting for ABC microservice. Okay, and in this connection also something happened in this particular microservice ABC, so this is also failed. Got it? Now this ABC also waiting for XYZ microservice, right? And that XYZ microservice connection also something happened and it also got failed. So if you like able to recall, right, so if you able to recall, then are you think this is a scenario which we have learned in our graduation in operating system, that related to something deadlock, starvation, right, cascading, like one thread is waiting for another thread is waiting for set third one, and third thread is waiting for fourth one, right? I am not, let's just not say like thread, okay, I just want to correlate, okay, so you can understand easily. Okay, so this is came with the microservices, so one is waiting for another one and another waiting for third one waiting for fourth one, like this. Okay, yeah, I think you are able to correlate, yeah, right, and that is like in subject in second year operating system, right? Yeah, so this whole effect of waiting to one another and it is waiting for another and it is waiting for another one, it's called cascading effect actually. And this, and we want to make our system to just prevent from this cascading effect. Okay, because I don't want to send my request unnecessary, because I know that, right, like my account management service is not working, so why unnecessary to send a request, right? So I need to write some code that prevent me to send a request, right? I don't want to send a request, so there fiend come in a picture. Let me complete this first, you will get a good idea about that Histric and fiend. Okay, so suppose now it is this, we have one get wish method. Okay, that is a duplicate, or you can say mock or something, but this is a fallback method. What is fallback method? Just wait for 2 seconds. Yeah, this is a complete architecture. Now understand this. When you make a request with the help of Fiend client to account this management service, and you got it like this is unhealthy connection, this is not working, right? Unnecessary, I do not want to send a request. So what the circuit breaker will do, that Histric, it will connect to your Fiend client, and it will, like, Fiend client know, because we are sending a request from the Fiend client to the account management, so it knows automatically like it connection is healthy or not, its response is coming or not. Like Eureka knows, right, all the information about your microservice, where they're running, because you register your microservice to Eureka, right? The same goes with Fiend client. It knows this connection is healthy or not, response is coming or not. Okay, so you don't need to write any boilerplate code. The Spring Boot, you at the moment you add this dependency Fiend client, everything will happen. You just need to enable that client, automatically the functionality will be up. Okay, so that circuit breaker, with the help of this Fiend client, whenever this response is not coming or this connection is unhealthy, it will contact to the getWish method. Okay, we write this method in some class or in some interface. Let's see where we write. Okay, and whenever this connection is not responding, we take a output from this method. Okay, and that output is some default value or some value we get from method, whatever it is, but we will take from this getWish method. This is like a mock, like we mock this particular API, like we mock this particular method which coming from here. Okay, and the result we mock it here, so no need to get here. Okay, so and we are doing this thing in testing, right, when we are working with the Mockito. So we mocked here, right? So whenever this connection is failing, we came here and we'll take our output and give to this, right? Now suppose everything goes fine, right, and this also working. Okay, this also working, this also working, this also working. So as soon as this Fiend client get to know, now my connection is fine, this is healthy connection, when I'm sending a request, response is coming. So what it will do, instead of taking a output of this method, it will send a request to the account management, and whatever the account management will give the result, it will give to the back to the getWish method. It means microservice, user microservice. So I hope you get an idea what is circuit breaker here. So if I want to explain, that is circuit breaker, it will, we are allowing, or we are putting any breaker between this user microservice and account microservice, that we breaks the circuit. Okay, and we are taking a output from our class only. So we put a circuit breaker in between, because this connection is not working. And why we are doing this? Because I don't want to be making extra load in my application, unnecessary sending the request, because I know this connection is unhealthy. I hope this is clear. Okay, if you want this slide, I will attach in description, just let me know. Okay, so now the thing is, yeah, we will first, for understanding, we will try to learn first what is this Fiend client, because this is pretty important when we are working with Histric. Once you understand this Fiend client, you will understand Histric. That's all, nothing in Histric. Okay, okay, so let me take you to the STS, and we will make, I don't want to do a mess in this microservice. Okay, because I want to make you understand first what is the Fiend client. So I will make one dedicated project for that. So new starter project, not demo boss, it is we will say Fiend client project. Okay, yeah, okay, and Maven, and here com.fiendclient.user, yeah, it's okay, and Fiend client project, and Fiend client project, Fiend client user. Okay, everything is okay, and I will add a Spring Web. Okay, yeah, I have to add one more dependency. We can add from this Spring starter, but okay, I have clicked on finish, no worries. we will add from Maven. So just open this form, let me close this one, and came here in dependency section and go to Maven. What I want to do here, let me first add this dependency and then I will let you know what I'm trying to do. Okay, we will take one real-time example, real-time application. Okay, just type here open Fiend. Okay, you will find on top this is Spring Cloud Starter Open Fiend. Okay, so take this 3.30. okay, and it copied, just came here, paste. If you want to delete this line, Control D. If you want to format it, just Control A, Control Shift F. Yeah, this all making life easy shortcuts. Okay, now what we want to develop here, let me check it. Yesterday I found this, so I thought I will make you explain with the help of this example. This is a real-time example, it will help you to understand. I found this on GitHub. This is a API which give you the result of COVID cases on the basis of like all the global cases, right, and on the basis of countries, right? So let me show you how it will give you the result. Just copy this, make a request, fire a request. Okay, and if you can check here, we have this object, JSON object, right, and we have this particular class object inside the array. Okay, so now what we want to do, let me make one thing here. Okay, yeah, so it created, so let me create a package for making a that Fiend client. Okay, so new interface, and I will give here user dot client. Okay, and here we will say Fiend or Fiend. Okay, so user client. Okay, and here we will say Fiend client. Okay, and here we have two attributes. One is URL and second one is name. You can pass any name here. Okay, any name for contacting into the microservices. When we are working with Histrix, then we have to pass a microservice name. I will let you know that. Okay, so let me take it here. Yeah, so I will let you know that now we need to do one thing, that is public and get COVID data. I know that I have missed that return type because I want to let you know one thing. Okay, so whenever you are contacting some API, it will give you the result, right, some kind of result in written format. And in REST, when you are using that REST controller, it automatically using that your that particular one API to converting a JSON format. I think that is a Jasper or something, I don't remember proper name. Okay, so but in Spring Boot we not to do anything, it automatically get converted. So we need a particular that model. Why we need that particular model? Because if you have seen here, if we gonna consume this API, then we need to model our output, that consumed output, to that model, so that object get converted into the JSON, right? Because our Spring Boot automatically convert that object into the JSON. So okay, let me with me, I will let you know what I'm trying to saying here. Okay, so just copy this. I will not need to be create automatically. Just copy this particular object. Okay, and go to the internet, yeah, Google, and say convert, not English, yes, JSON to Java object. Okay, so like few result will came, and we have to open this one. My internet is super slow today, okay, because raining outside. So I will say we have to use this one. We will go here, okay, and just paste your JSON here and say convert. It will give you that class, right? So just copy this one, okay, and say came here. I'm not making another package for that. Okay, I will creating here only. So say class, but it's not good programming practice, but for sake of understanding we can do that, right? Finish. And now came here and just go to source, getter and setter, select all, generate, right? And this is a model. So if you can check the output, it is returning a list of that particular object, right? List is coming unlimited. So come to STS, where we are running Fiend client here, and here list of model. Okay, now I think you are getting why I am doing that. Okay, and return. And return, I have to call particular thing like okay, whenever that thing will called, I have to call that particular method. Sorry, what I'm doing here, no, I don't need to giving implementation. Okay, yeah, sorry, we will say get mapping. Sorry for that, I'm really sorry. That's not working because we are following a declarative approach. So in fin we will give like yeah, only fin. Okay, and import model. Yeah, now here I have to give a URL. Which URL? This URL. Copy this, yeah, and remove this one from here. Okay, sorry, we not give to this and pasted this here. Okay, now our work of that particular Fiend client is done. So why I have given this till here, because this is our base URL and exposed endpoint is countries. Okay, so we have to give in here. I will make you understand left. First we will write a full code. Okay, otherwise if I explain in between it will confusing you. So I will say enable a Fiend client here, and for auto wiring I need this particular interface object because I want to use this client. So came here and this, and we will say Fiend client and auto wire. Okay, and just import it. Now make one method public and list model. Okay, and here get data. Okay, and for this also we will say get mapping, and for why this webcam goes back. Okay, get mapping, and whenever you call this it will say like which URL we will call, get data. Okay, fine. And in return, let me first import this list. Return just this and call that particular method. This just like JPA, right? We don't need to give our implementation of interface. It will take care by Spring. Now our work is done totally, and for making this I will say here REST controller. Okay, now see one thing, when the request came you will fire a request like on 8080 local host with this endpoint. It will call this Fiend client get COVID data. Okay, and where it is here, we are declaring here get COVID data. Okay, and what it will do, it will go this URL, okay, and hit on particular endpoint, and whatever the data is coming, that is list model, right, and it will give to you. Let's see, first we will give the here we will give anything here, Fiend. Okay, so Spring Boot application. Okay, now let's see, it will run up and running. Okay, yeah, it's boot up at 8080. So let me do one thing. It is running at http 8080. So 8080, and yeah, what is our output is get data, right? Our endpoint. So let me fire. Just wait for a result. Why this Postman is also getting slower? Okay, I don't know why it's going on at background. Okay, yeah, we got a result. So let's Postman make it pretty, and it will look good. It's formatting, if you can see here, it is little slow, I don't know why. So just wait for formatting. Okay, so now you can see that result is coming, right? So now you got it, like why we are I have created this model here, because when you say to Spring Boot, okay, convert this JSON, right? So you need to give here that model, right? Because Spring Boot convert your model to your JSON, that is called deserialization. Okay, yeah. So I hope you got it this like what is Fiend and why, how we can working. So actually now we can use this particular declaration approach in our with history. Okay, so for this video I think it's enough. I will push another video with history implementation. Now this history is very easy, we have to use this. Okay, nothing is complicated there. So till then, like this video, do subscribe and share with your friends. If you like this video helps you, yeah, please do like, and I will see you next video. Till then, see you, take care.